Hey guys, what's up? Butter Something here, bringing you another Escape from Tarkov tutorial video. Today we're actually going to be talking about the Nvidia settings that I use, as well as the in-game settings that I use. So with these in-game settings, it definitely makes enemies, when you're outside and they're inside, definitely makes the, situations like that a lot easier for you, as well as the Nvidia settings that I use just make your game look a lot more vibrant and it doesn't look so washed out. So without further ado, we're going to go ahead and get right into the video. So what we're going to go ahead and start with is our Nvidia Geforce experience filters. So to access these, all you need to do is press Alt-Z, and that will bring up the Geforce experience as long as you have this installed on your PC. And you're going to go ahead and go to Game Filters. So what you see is I have my game filter on. I have some sharpness, some special effects, which none of these, both of these are just there because I wanted to mess around with them. The only ones that you're going to need to worry about are color and details. So what you see here is my filter on. I don't have any filters on my recording software or anything like that. I just use OBS to record, but I don't have any filters on that. So essentially, if I turn this off right now, that's what it looks like on everybody's screen. There's no filters, no nothing. It's just grayed out. So as soon as I turn my filter on, you can see that everything lightens up. It gets a lot more vibrant. You can definitely see the difference in the blue and the brown rather than turning it off. You still see blue and brown, but when it gets up here, you can't really see that much difference. But now you can tell difference. You can see that sliver of brown, that sliver of blue. You can tell the difference. So the settings that I use for this, right in the front of the video, right here, hopefully you guys, just make it right here, is I just turn the temperature down to -1.5. All you have to do to do this is just click left and right on your keyboard. So, and then vibrance all the way up to 100. And then for my details, I go ahead, put my sharpening to 29, my clarity to 3, my HDR toning to 100, and that's it. That's all you need to do, and that's going to make your game look a lot more vibrant. So we're going to go ahead and hop into a map, and I'm going to show you guys the difference in game as well. I also want you guys to see the intro screen as well just before we go in. You can see the massive difference that this makes. This green is like non-existent, but you turn this filter on, boom, that is green. That is what you want to see. You want to see this vibrant green and be able to tell the difference, but just between the needles that you have here, just the different tones of green. Like you have a bright, you have darks. You want to be able to see that. With this, you can't really see it. You see a whole bunch of dark and you see some bright, but you do not see the different shades of bright and dark that you have here. So we're going to go ahead and get into a game now. I just wanted to show you guys this main title screen. All right, so we've just loaded into reserve. You can definitely see I'm definitely in a darker place. So as of right now, if I were to turn my Geforce experience filter off, we'll go ahead and turn it off. You can see that I've already put myself at a disadvantage here. It is very dark down here. It's not the greatest visually, so definitely gonna help with the dark areas in your game. So we can go ahead and turn that back on, and I'm gonna head outside and show you guys what I'm talking about with my in-game filters. My in-game filter, sorry. My in-game settings right here are graphics. This is what I use. Shadows low. Any person that's ever played PC, shadows low, boom. Object LOD quality really down. Overall visibility, I put up. I definitely snipe a lot. I don't really try and camp it when I snipe. Sometimes you got to. It is what it is. Shadow visibility, put that all the way down, because what that means is that the distance of the visible shadow changes. So if you are sniping, it definitely helps when you're looking into buildings. And even from a distance, it helps. I could put just a regular old gun on, and it would definitely help. Sharpness, just a 0.7. You don't want any grass shadows. You don't want any noise. You don't want any chrome aberrations. You don't want any Z-blur. So this is what I use. You can definitely change it a little bit. You can change this overall visibility a little bit. But this is what I use. I'm running a 1080 Ti and an i7-7700 with 32 gigs of RAM. So that's what I'm running. But if you guys are running maybe a little bit lower settings, maybe turn this down just a little bit. So, but this would be what I would start with, overall visibility. So I'm going to go ahead, head outside, show you guys what I'm talking about with the shadow visibility, and then I'll be right back. All right, so I've moved behind Black Bishop here. What you'll actually see is you'll see when the sun's out with these settings, you can actually see really, really clearly into these from a distance. That's because my shadow render distance is very low. So you can see inside these buildings very well. But when it is a little bit darker, you're not going to see in these buildings as well. But even then, with just the difference that the filter adds, when you turn this off, you can see in there, but it's still much darker than looking in there with the filter on. Oh, jeez. And now I can't do anything. I can shoot. Alright, there we go. So that just makes it a lot more vibrant when you look in there. So if you saw maybe a tan ULAC or anything like that, you're gonna see it. You're definitely gonna see it. So, and even just walking into any place, for the most part, that's, you know, dark or not very well lit, or maybe the light's too bright for the area or anything like that, this filter is gonna help so much. So you can see you got a pretty good contrast down there with this filter. You can definitely notice the door is different. You can notice the handle, so on and so forth. But if I turn this filter off, what you'll see is that this door, although there, kind of blends in with this light. So definitely makes it a little bit easier to see and spot enemies, so on and so forth. So personally, just these settings, you know, the color that I have, which is, you know, the temperature is minus 1.5 with the vibrance at 100, and the details right here that I have, which is the HD toning at 100%, the clarity at 3%, and the sharpen at 29%, definitely makes the game overall look a lot better, and I feel like it makes enemies easier to spot, as well as just looking outside at anything. If I could jump or, you know, actually look out of, you know, an open area, go up here and look out this open hole in the wall. Just the game overall just looks so much more vibrant. Even when you like are in here and it has that color change, you can see the color change right here without the filter. Everything feels like it just gets darker. And although even with the filter it gets darker because that's how it's programmed, you're going to notice that it does not get as dark. You can still see stuff out here. And that has to do with the way that they have the in and out, walking in and out of buildings. So, but I like these settings. Definitely feel free to try them out. Like I said, you're going to need the Nvidia Geforce experience installed on your computer, as well as these settings that I am running in my game's graphics. So just remember, the two biggest ones are your overall visibility and your shadow visibility. And then, obviously, everybody puts shadow quality to low, so I don't need to tell you that. But these are the two biggest ones that are the biggest on your system that are going to have that pool, essentially, from your quality of gameplay. Because if you can't see very far, you know, obviously you're not going to spot somebody. But if your shadow visibility is high, you're not going to be able to do what I did with the windows earlier in the video, where I could see brightness pretty much inside those windows. So it's going to make enemies, when you're fighting them inside, I know when I first started playing, I had a very hard time fighting enemies inside because I couldn't see. But now that I've turned those settings down for the shadow range, or the shadow distance, I should say, it's definitely made it a lot easier to fight those people when they are inside. So I do want to thank you guys for watching the video. Please like, share, subscribe, and definitely catch me live every Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So I'm going to get out of here. I'll see you guys on the next one.